Hello, good evening, everyone. Hello, yeah, how are you doing?
Good.
Good.
Not really, but yeah, the
We are here.
weather's changing.
I know it's so cloudy and
Yes.
you'd rather be napping or sleeping or something, but
Yep.
we are here again.
Oh, yeah, it's
It's
important that we
live
do. Hmm.
with Ya, and it's welcome to Reflections for a Thirsty Soul. I have Ya Russell with me, and today we are going to be talking about Wanted, a woman of godly wisdom. But before we do that, I will introduce you to the book again. It's Reflections for a Thirsty Soul. We both have our copies, and it came out in April. You can get a copy on Amazon, Friesen Press, Barnes and Nobles, Google Books, and iTunes. It's a book that will bless you, it will encourage you, it will motivate you, and inspire you. And also, you can go to my website, www.mamitalks.com, and read up on some book reviews. And do look for me also on YouTube under ATTOBRAH. So, again, welcome to Reflections for a Thirsty Soul. We'll go on commercial break at some point in the program and talk about the book again.
Yeah. And they can
So,
get either the hard copy or the ebook.
yes, there's
Yeah.
you can get the hard copy, soft copy, or paperback, or the ebook.
Right.
So, where are we? Let's see. Like I said, today we're talking about I'm lost under the banner. So yeah, we're going to start reading this. I guess we'll go. Um, the first paragraph is pretty short, so I'll just
Right.
take it with a second, and then I'll leave you to do some commentary.
Okay.
But when you say wanted, a woman of godly wisdom, what do you think of? What comes into your mind?
Godly wisdom. Hmm. What comes to mind is being wise overall. I don't know.
Being wise, like your own wisdom.
Know your own wisdom, godly wisdom. It means, yeah, getting wisdom, depending on God for wisdom,
Hmm.
actually. Yes, not depending on what you think is wise, but
Hmm.
actually trusting God and depending on Him to give you the wisdom you need in
Hmm.
whatever situation you find yourself or to live your life in
Hmm.
general. Yeah.
Good. We'll see if we all follow that, right? Let's read on. Okay. So, wanted, a woman of godly wisdom. I want to start off with a proverbial adage that goes like this: the man is the head, but the woman is the neck that turns the head. Woman, what impact are you having on the man in your life? Let us take a look at Esther chapter 5, verses 12 to 14. One can see how pompous and arrogant Haman was just from this account, his boasting. In verse 14, his wife Zeresh and friends proceed to give him some very bad advice. Yes, she's mentioned by name. Haman hated the Jews, especially Mordecai, with a passion, and his main goal was to annihilate them. One cannot fight against God and win. Period. Any thoughts? Oh, good evening, Miss Sage. Welcome.
Hi, Sage. um, my first thought is the man is the head and or the neck that turns the head.
Hmm.
Um, Before now, I I used to fight that thing like the man is the head. I would say that we're both the heads, we're partners, so how can one be the head? But
Hmm.
um at this point in my life, I do
Hmm.
accept that a man is the head because
Hmm.
in every relationship there's one lead and
Hmm.
not following but um helping to lead kind of.
Hmm.
Yes, and I like that it says that you're the neck, but you do turn the head. So it means that the woman is responsible for whatever outcome,
Mhm.
or responsible for however the head is directed.
Mhm.
So it means that we still have power, and that's what we should remember. We do have power. Just that you need to know how to use your power, or you need to know, um, because a man and a woman were different
Mhm.
in all ways. Our hormones are different. We act differently.
Mhm.
Physique, we are
Mhm.
different. That
Okay.
cannot be taken away. But it doesn't mean they are wiser or whatever that I used to fight before, because we're all
Okay.
capable of doing whatever we
Mhm.
put our minds to do.
Mhm.
So I'll take in a relationship. Right now, we're two different people coming from two different backgrounds. And if he's the head, it means there are some things you have to run it by him,
Mhm.
because you're both in it together, right?
Mhm.
But it's the way you do it. Because
Mhm.
what I, when I got married again recently, and oh, we used to fight a lot, but then I came up with something, because I used to think, men have ego, like it's
Yes. Oh,
like
yes.
natural.
Mhm.
So how do I make him feel like he's the one doing this, or he's the one coming up with the,
With the idea.
yes.
Mm.
So I know
Carry
what
on.
I want. So
Mhm.
I go and say, what do you think about this and its
Mhm.
benefits? Stuff like that. I don't go and say, let's do this. Although I know
Mhm.
I want us to do this, and I might do it no
Mhm.
matter what anyway.
Mhm.
I've resorted to actually doing a PowerPoint, because I
Mhm.
wanted it to be funny, and but still my
Mhm.
points are there. I do a PowerPoint and I say, I have a
Mhm.
PowerPoint presentation for you.
Mhm.
Benefits and the
Mhm.
disadvantages. So I'm reasoning with you
Yeah.
rationally, right?
By
I actually
PowerPoint.
do it. I do PowerPoint presentation, and
Uh-huh.
I know that,
To
like,
convince, to make your to make your.
yes, because if you're seeing the points there, you
Mhm.
feel stupid not to agree to it. I mean, it's
Mhm.
obvious.
Mhm.
So I
Oh,
think it works.
that's a good plan. I need to look into it.
Yeah. So yes, I I I do agree that yes, we're
Mhm.
the neck, and when you look at Haman and his wife,
Mhm.
yeah, I feel that, I don't know, unless they are the same people, think the same, because she could have influenced her husband in a different direction
Mhm.
instead of giving bad advice. Because
Mhm.
I was thinking about it, and I was googling, and I saw that um, even as children, like,
Mhm.
girls mature quickly, and there are some skills that women, like girls, do pick up even faster than the boys do.
Mhm.
And even when you look, like, we're nurturing, so I feel they do need our direction,
Mhm.
and that's why they're saying that they are also part of the children.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question, okay?
Yes.
Or let me demonstrate something. So we
Okay.
say neck, right? And we are
Mhm.
turning the head.
Mhm.
So then if you are turning it and it's working, then you'll be like, hmm, turning it, bro. But what if it's like this? Barry, they won't budge. What do you do?
I think that you
No,
should.
seriously.
It's true, and it
Look,
happens
look,
a
look at
lot.
and look at keeping in mind even us and where the culture that we come from. You know,
That's true.
like men do have ego, and are they always willing to listen to you, the woman?
They're not, mostly. they're not. But I think that if you know that the
Hello,
first
Pastor
thing,
P. Welcome.
I think the first thing is to know that you do have power,
Mm-hmm.
first. And then secondly, then you would learn about your husband and what can influence him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody is different. And
Mm-hmm.
what would work for one man might not work for the other
Mm-hmm.
man. But you're with him and you should know him. And
Mm-hmm.
yes, it doesn't always like come easy.
Mm-hmm.
There will be some resistance. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
easy, sometimes it's not. Even
Mm-hmm.
now, for me, although I do all this, sometimes I have to supplement with something else.
Mm-hmm.
So if you know who you're with,
Mm-hmm.
and also I think that um, if you try your best
Mm-hmm.
and they don't take it, it's better than you not trying at all.
Yes, that is
Because
true.
you did what you had to do. You actually,
Mm-hmm.
because you're responsible for turning the head.
But yeah, the thing is, if like you said, if you try and it doesn't work, and they go off and do whatever they want or do what they felt is right, and say it doesn't turn out, when they come back, then they know that, well, you told them. At that time, too, you are trying so hard not to rub it in, and make them feel
Yeah,
bad. But
yeah.
what I was going to add to it too is that we the
How?
women, we hello, our welcome. We the women, we are able to take a lot. I
Yes.
find that, men, like even say around the house, you are doing all kinds of things, multitasking, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing whatever. A man may be able to do one or two things. There's no reflection on them as a, but it's just the way we women are. We
Yeah.
carry a lot. So if you are not able to speak into the man's life to effect a change, then there is a little bit of a problem. But
Right.
I'll carry on now to the next paragraph. So, what would have been the outcome if Zeresh had given her husband good counsel from the get go?
Yes.
One can only speculate that perhaps the riches of her husband's advancement in the court of the king had got into her head. So it is with us women. Sometimes when life is really good, we tend to forget ourselves and neglect to point out our spouse's errors to them when they occur. This must be done by turning the head gently. You are the neck after all. LOL. We need to be aware of the influence we wield and use it very wisely. Do not be a snare or the snare that leads your spouse to distraction. Haman came to a horrible end with all his family. Any
Yes.
thoughts on that?
Yes, that's the problem too. When you try and they don't listen, it affects all of you. Just like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it did with him. And but I think that the only thing you can do is to try.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And as you said here, it says gently, so that it doesn't look like you're dictating, as I said before,
Mm-hmm.
right? You can,
Mm-hmm.
even though you know what you're saying, you can approach it as a question.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what do you think about this? And try to will them in to whatever it is. Because there's always resistance when, like, it comes off as instruction.
Mm-hmm. I think now that I think back to it, I don't think that we can. I'm not going to. Hi, Alethea. I can't put all of the blame at Zeresh's door because I remember, I'm not sure whether it was, um, and I could be misquoting, but I'll just put it out.
Right.
There was a time when the king realized that I think some people had tried to assassinate him, and then he found out that it was Mordecai who had foiled that plot. So when he asked, Haman was the one who was there, and he asked Haman that what should be done to a man who did this for the king. And Haman, being full of himself and being so pompous,
Thought it was him, yeah.
he thought it was him, and he laid out all the bells and whistles, and then he had to drag Mordecai all around the town.
Yes.
So I think I remember his wife saying something that if the Jews, if this is what has started happening, then it's not going to end up well. Something like that. Yeah, I forget where it is in Esther, but she brought that to his attention because, this is a classic case of your God will lay, what do you call it? Hello, Awo. God will lay a table in the presence of your enemies. Hello, Awo. Yeah, can then we'll discuss it, Like if you say you heard what I just read it, you say if you have some comments to add to it,
Okay, so I have a comment. That's why I even jumped in because
okay.
I will not let go.
Yo, Yati. Thanks for the warning.
The white elephant every Sunday in your homes. So you better.
No worries at all.
Listen, this is the reason why some people will come to conclusion that when they don't, because when everybody is going straight, you want to go right. Hey,
No,
sometimes
no. It's okay.
you must get people who will go right. It's not we are not follow. We have our own mind.
Go.
I greet each and every one on this platform. I mean, who's a pastor patient also? But not for me. I
think that's one of the funny Bible stories.
I believe that, see, every woman must have his own mind.
Yes.
Every woman must be able to decide and discern and also know certain things for herself. But as women, there's a lot of barriers that will not let us go to and now fulfill our destinies.
Yes.
So cultural barriers are against us. Family barriers are against us. Society barriers are for us. Governmental barriers. So even if you look at governmental or economical institutions, if you take 100 women, it's only 2 or 10 that are in office compared to 98. So which means that we have a long way to go. We are actually at the back of the league. Now, having said that, for the fact that you are at the back of the league, it means that every woman must have a mind of its own. And the mind that will bring something on the table. A mind that when you speak, they will know that you are speaking out of knowledge and of excellence.
Thank you.
Because if you do not beef up your game, if you don't bring something which is tangible on the table, after all, society see you at the back. So some people use the Jewish culture as an example. One time I was reading some Jewish cultural book. It's not a cultural book, it's a Jewish writer. And he was saying that one of the sad things that when he was growing up in a home as a child, traditionally when a Jewish man wake up, a first prayer is, Father, I thank you don't make me a woman. Oh,
wow.
That is the first prayer the men pray. And I read that book about 15 years ago. And recently I read it again because 15 years ago, compared to how my knowledge has become, I was trying to understand some of the things the writer was saying at the moment. At this present time, I understand. I'll have a different view. That's why I read it back again. But as I read it again, it even gingered me to actually do more. I mean, look at myself in a different way and also want to, like I've always said, I want to be an institution. But if there has been any time I've been forced to actually be an institution, it's now. Why? Now I understand the power God has given me as a woman. Now I also understand that I have.
Now institution, I know your school and now your university.
Oh, I don't need to be a school, but let me tell you one thing. Say, say in our culture, they say day to day, 20th century Ghanaian community. What comes to your mind?
Come, say
delay.
delay.
Me sure.
Aye.
Yeah.
Me phone no me kunu friend mo da yen kasa.
Oh,
Ya body
okay.
delay a de na ba wa adwene.
So she's tough.
Yeah. Okay, so apart from say she's tough, what else
She's young.
does it come to your mind? If you're an average Ghanaian, de na ba wa adwene.
She's become an icon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not only that, but for somebody who have over about 100 employees and still employing and also going about things.
Okay.
In
Hello,
a small
Sheila.
way, it's an institution. Let me give you something everybody, every child can even relate. When we say Oprah Winfrey, what comes to your mind?
Oh yeah, she's an institution. You know.
Barack Obama's wife.
Okay.
Barack Obama.
Oh yeah.
They're all like brands.
They are all dynamic women.
Okay, so I'll come to my hometown. I'll
I
come
want
to
to be an empire. Yeah. Pastor P, I'm with you.
when we come to where I live now, Nicola Sturgeon, which is my prime minister in Scotland now. Okay, so one of the things, all of them, they didn't start when they were young. None of them, even though they have wild dreams, where they are now was not even part of their plan. Even though they have vision, they will be big. That one they know. But they didn't know the extent that the vision will go. Now, if every woman will come to the realization that today I'm an housewife, Mrs. Inti, Mrs. ATTOBRAH, Mrs. Auntie, Mrs. Gay.
Russell.
Mrs. Ba.
Oh,
yeah, Russell, sorry.
Russell, but when they mention Russell, maybe 10 years down the line, other things crops up. Like your boy auntie for now we have a book
Reflections for a 30
but there are other things more auntie could leave behind, which your Google auntie. So institution don't have to be school, but even say your book matter makes you whether an institution or just live and die. So for all of us on this platform, I don't think we'll come and live and die after tonight or after doing all this program, being on other platform. I'm trusting God saying, I will not just come, give birth, mad and die. No. But it will be said of us, even now once will be says, and your mommy we are and come and you are institution. Because anyway.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, even for us, the gospel will be heard from yang.
Yes.
And will be better gospel. Yang will be a change of mindset. The way we are doing now, what we are doing now, a time will come, a small girl or a 15 years who is watching us, or an 18-year, 28-year-old, 20 years down the line will say, I watch these women every night on Sunday, and because of the positive ideology they put in my head, I begin to the stethoscope, the way I think. I begin to change the way I will strip myself for another man to see my nakedness. I begin to change myself, how I even handle public. I begin to perceive life in a different way. You might not build a school yet, but that's
I will not the enemy tease you. What can send you
out? Because when we always say we talk about institution, so that obi wo na onyante de ye kanya sia ye constitution no.
Yes.
Yeja yenuma ye kunum ho enche wo nse ayi anti ya raso na ne kunu e frɛ no omeje wan e na Sunday adade ni kuso me files do me nche ha ya me were other reports to write, but I still have to make time. Why? Because out of set yes nyina no adwe bi besesa wo baby obi be hu bibi obi be back can will understand the reason why. For some of us at this age, yenya sa wisdom me, ebianka yenya sa knowledge no 30 years ago. By now you see why move. You will be sa wisdom yenya no ebia just from COVID yimu po anka yenim 15 years when you ba buchra And so it doesn't even matter. But what matters is to me and it is package. And more platform no so ye commentators so yo obi ani hu a was obo no homo tofia because at the end of the day bibi coming back to where we are now make us say if everyone have his own mind you'll be surprised the kind of things you can achieve. Because if the woman does not discover herself, she always hides behind something. It can be hiding behind makeup.
Hello, Ajua, welcome.
That woman can be hiding behind makeup, or she can be hiding behind Mrs. So and so. So a lot of women have not, they have not brought out their best because I am Mrs. So and so. That is all that there is to her name. That is all that is. But tonight, based upon what we are learning, Deborah, as a judge and a priestess to God or a prophetess to God, have his own mind. Even when the husband, even though she was married to a foolish husband, that's what the Bible says. I don't know how to polish this one.
Why no?
As women, married to foolish husbands, and that is the gospel fact.
Abigail.
Exuberance at that time, our ideology of a husband. At that time, the information we had about husband, and that information and you might choose wisely. So all the time I said,
I say Pastor Patience most women have not found themselves. We've not come into our own. Right. It's just confirming what you were saying.
Anyway, it is good that the Spirit is confirming it because I'm using my phone, so I can't see any of your writings. Even one I can't see it. So
okay.
The Spirit is confirming what I'm saying.
Yes.
If a woman knows herself before he gets into intimate relationships or even to marriage, that woman, it will be difficult for that woman to marry a foolish man.
Yes.
But because, as I was saying earlier on, barriers, there are a lot of barriers. So sometimes it even forces some of the women to marry very early. Very, very early. And for that matter, they missed the mark. Once you are married to a foolish man, something that takes you, somebody who's married a wise man, 1 year to honestly, it takes you back 30 years of your life.
Oh, yes.
But one time I was having this discussion with my husband. My husband says, do you know that if the Bible says out of the foolishness of the Israelites, he makes a journey that they could have made on 40 days, he made them roam about 40 years. It means that anytime you miss the mark of God, and it's a year, you miss 1 day, it's a year for God. That contest, takes me back 1 year of my progress. It means that it takes me a long time to catch up. This days Christianity, we thought that there's this month I'm reading the book of Numbers and I'm afraid of God because a lot of Christians think that now we are in a grace dispensation.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
As I'm reading Numbers and I'm reading that Paul Okase into Adomno Wahunti Ebekoso Edibonia. Naturally, on fire hunche will be back. Say, I'm now beginning to understand God and now he has repackaged it. While rebranding, or said, yeah, person rebranding Christianity. So what you say? So you must have your own mind.
Yes.
If you have your own mind, and even you are married to a foolish man, sabe. Kase mema ye was.
Yes.
Deborah Ninikunu and Enfatu. Say, what worry foolish man? Why? Because or ye na dear biara. Adia na abrabona ye born kra won ti ase. Wa be fa on union na mu wo mu na ase a. You realize say as a woman you let yourself go. Why? Because bibia beda also. Everything wa be ye oba onye man bi emu. As a wa be ye oba, so you even have to think for that man. You lose yourself in the marriage.
Yes. Yes.
You lose your identity. A lot of women have lost their identity. Their original, authentic identity is missing.
Thank you.
Ati abacha obeso okasa.
Me say thank you.
Or confirm it, yeah.
Me confirm it. I can have so mami kind Sheila. Sorry,
Very stupid relationships have lost themselves. Why? Because the image that will be achi entino or you follow or onye adwuma ne sika ne sha branch ye ne botom. And I know na America how ankrofo a ejikwaku no work can give you sanity. Ye kan ya na ankrofo fo say ye nya ye pese ye sori kwa adwuma no. Honam pe job. Debut enye honam ne pe job. Me pese ma adwene eye adwuma. I want to get my mind back. In case maybe you missed that program. Say, enye bribi na wo ye e na wutifie. Na mo de ato ho say every year you give birth. Enti there 5 years so they are 4. Sister wo be board da we do say wo be free sa situation ni mu. Da wo be gina bitwe mu abehu say wo fie kura wa wo awie so ntade nyina ye maternity.
Awo Pacho, where they tree break akra na a lot of important points are coming on the Aokano. The Aokano, Sheila say wouldn't know that whosoever you are getting married to is foolish until you get in. Into a not only comment, no. And Pastor P too. Pastor P.
A lot of women, whilst we are dating the men, the foolishness comes with. But out of desperation for us to put the ring on, we ignore the red flags. We ignore it. A lot of the time, let me give you a typical example. You want to know who a foolish man is. A foolish man is somebody who doesn't have a certificate but was 60 inches. Screen, I want a condom. The last time was not classroom, 1983. About America, online opportunities were or see cleaning now, or 20 years down the line, is still doing cleaning. It's a foolish man. Oh, what now, because so what progress how you people will raise your kids, you know, whilst you are thinking of sika, you raising kwalano. Uba won't say or no Gucci belt, any latest shoes, any niema. Marry a man who have a different passion. And yet passion say or you're fashionista or just a spark. A lot of us we see red flags but we missed it because like I said,
Princess Lane can or say sometimes we miss it.
Yes, you lose your identity.
And Pastor Patience, see how you are just saying what I said this afternoon with my dreamers and visionaries group AMPA. And I say that again, Obapa, where a lot of women lack of finding themselves because they are desperately depending on their like they just want to belong. I'm so and say work brings sanity. You are right about that. Now simple facts. In the next comment here, simple facts and common sense. And Sheila so say we do ignore certain things, knowing very well that is foolish and we are getting into it. You see it, but you don't listen. You just carry on.
Yes. So some of us women, another way I will say you are married to a foolish man is for this one goes to those. I've shared this program with people on Ghana. I hope somebody sees it. In case you are dating a man who every after work be or take pack. A debut of a poor beer or cotton beer bar. And you offer baby. Because once peers are investing to buy land, or no be any Guinness, na yen a few said on Chomti, who would have Yansa be any way who one and I do semi Let's be real, because girls me before say, or me dating and I be on me cotton bar and excess or a guy, on your guy. Smart ones, weekdays they are busy. I'm not saying so once in a while when you are dating a man, it shouldn't take you out. But or you're there every evening beer or point a juma, I do not on for a baby and no brilliance. Sister, to me or bear more yans are for me out of wine no estimate them. Why? Because cost effectiveness. And yet abroaching kwan ye to see them, Ghana when you no. And some ultimate to see them because what's not be a ban on back your servo on Ghana will be a set trick of the trade. When you who say a branch and I 10 times across 1 of 4. And now, ono sounds so utrim yam rebels were down for be bar. I had to say cigarette and normally we know. That unis can be to be mounted. That have a you have already wasted your money. And some of the foolish men are like that. Into who they know. Now more trim plan not offers when you're swagger.
Ah.
I don't know how you pronounce the uncle for and I'm not ready for that. And I'm not stopping. And I'm in yata to cross it. Yeah, omu de tia, I know who ye binu. But what they don't say, whilst we are sweating, building a future. Now, dear, now we see. And money being so a foolish women, you almost to be top Brazilian head.
I will Patromebo. Sheila, I've sent the link. Patromika message comment. You will say people do not always show their true character at the beginning of a relationship. And I do also say one cannot succeed in life with no sense of direction. A goalless individual with no vision is a seething condition.
Yeah. So one of the signs of a foolish woman is also somebody who can buy $1,000 dress, and it doesn't even know how to use the mouse. Only how to use the laptop. But he's able to buy a Brazilian hair about 400 pounds. Not or the ashenity who's also Brazilian hair. Sister, I go over when you saw. In fact, you are foolish women because you know what?
Me patro, sorry, I keep interrupting you now. Somewhere you know. It's Obroniba say it's a good segue into an announcement that I have to make. Because san komoya yeka ma hun common esi didi bi pa. And you know, I'm just making the announcement say my second book coming soon. Soon no dear name when, but soon. Your friend the beauty of a woman's heart. Now and SMP womu. So I'm just announcing it right now because in the next month or so, no, we'll start. Say mature Facebook, no, let me name a lot of things, but say no the publicity has to come before the book even goes to get published. Don't you know? We'll start by taking little pieces of it and coming to discuss because there's a section in the book on women empowerment. Because for the sake say I was said the can age group ni no more no mimi age group near India man no say no can some of these things are ye do what I say. But for the sake of the younger generation, we have to do this. Sheila, please, I sent you the link.
Sister, I tell you, say, yeah, trap because you know what? And you won't see me yet, and yet, Dayara, Aqualabia or Janet said the amazing on your average Ghanaian will hear the sound, the noise I am making. So it might not be for you, but it might be for Aqualabia. Ebia, when your phone be na ebia off flip on the feed, now we are better now fe and no babeton because you know what? Omudi ya temu. They've realized that they've lost. It's typical Ghanaians. Instead say bisa how to make
way.
Even though a lot of us in our age group have missed it. Yeah, at the room along the line, we're able to catch it. And so no any late man will be because I
exactly.
Yes.
And late so long as you say you pick yourself up. Now when you different mentality, and just and you know, you forget about one be at him. No, the be can ask something.
Mom, so we can't be bothered.
A top view of her until ye can be. So for my patient in Kebi, I draw or do a Kebi. Dear minimum no cram the cacra count. Dear Ebia, a woman dreams and a papa. And until ya Russell, so that can be not assessor Ebia the way and I'm a journey. Iron sharpens iron. It is not like we've got it all together. But what people don't know, they say, yeah, can't we who you know, not just here reforming who or near maybe.
Yes.
Time and here take his decision, a single way of looking at it. We get other women who are doing well in various dimensions, which you can add to what you are doing now, and it will help. You know, and no, dear, don't worry about it. I dear back one person may address and say, a man be are busy. Let me use this word because that is a person can
no, most is
power.
every Sunday be a member. A blessing man the best. You mean the what? Now the American one the bell wall. It been a mayor moon. Menyo, and ya what it was the kind of treasure. Nay, as some a bear was a moon, and the woody panel, and money panel. Edwin when I take not the son. I was your for. Not what the young one and your bonnet. Me, I advocate me party if me could be catch all. Man, what if you can see my bow when they are your hokama? Me could sana me better not my water no party if. Or party if any son should say. Sikaya the investment and me fan party. Or party if any son should say. It was said they be a midnight kitchen crown. I'm sure high here, Yabodam. So, or party and your fainting son, should I say, as soon as Yako told Gucci bag 1,000, or send me swab them requirement talk bag 1,000. What do you Jimmy some a yada yada? Oh, yada for an yes, Ford $400. 80 said your boss, she situation and why to say a until you answer to say headmistress. Change it trying was something so next week, remember, Mesha Space. A master to say your game and your home. You are not concerned about you be ya. And my own Brazilian hair, Obiti Ghana. Wabushia Katrina, 600 Ghana. Tio 600 Ghana. No, I could talk a yaki was a Brazilian hair 400. Now you obey no so agile 150. Busumia Katrina, Nakase 50 Ghana.
I will comment. But your message say there are women who put on Brazilian hair but are wise. Is their choice.
Oh, I'm not saying someone was saying we are talking about those who are spending frivolously, but they don't even have the means. They are poor. Mentally, they are poor. And physically, onisika. Almost savings. Okay. Nika say no so nkyerɛ sɛ obi etime ya. Maybe yeah juma wo kita wo sika. And no it is all right. Or no dear was spending. Okay, let's take it for instance. Me find say, "Oh, sorry." And my baby, this are everybody can resonate with this what I'm saying. And Susana na ye ninti ye ni ye bi. Oh, sorry. It's two first lady of the church and Osofu Mame. Oh, person will dress it to so. So for Mame, so you the chair. Every week, every week, there's every week, Mammy versus Anno. And to just imagine someone of Mammy competition in dressing. So Mammy or no one told. Yeah, the chair. And I say, or yeah, the Juma be, he can afford that kind of lifestyle. You, oh, yeah, bear Juma. You 600, like I'm saying. Now, we'll top Brazilian 400. Okay, yeah, you 150. 50 now, 80. You keep the Biana, and was so we bribi to beef up your game, and I say, leave that standard of life that you cannot afford. And only a trony a coffee bebria, you bush you for a Ghana, no one Ghana won't mean no any no crack. And my aim. Why? Because they are living a lifestyle they cannot afford. So Ghana ni show me up on the bra. Ghana ni I want to map black and white. And so no a year be a bunny as you black and white are changing by force of that could be. Only got to be free. Now I could check. Nasa bravo way you're correct. What dear more I'm judge and fact. I don't want some America. A year before, I was your penny himself. Until man say, "Ya woo ye, Sikaya, I was your penny see and find ye." Sanka was ya again to one the man to man sank, Cantiman say, "Oh, who ya was your penny see a cobot besia." I say, you know, or Brad, who only Peppy will what. And come quarter of it ye, this is cannot a man, Palana. And can be at two free, she there be a bushia penny, brown trim. And this way, a brown trim. Eba ya chinchine a triumph besia. That kind of mentality, no, a maybe wo, a maybe young who say, debut, be fear as a woman. So if you have a mind of your own, one katawukita usika, ube to me aka se debi, met me afford it, meet me kojina shop. Adia no met to me ato. But maybe someone will say, is it a want or not a need? A want. It means that I don't have to force myself. want I mean and you need me ma esusa but I've teach them how I your shop when you say sikani kita until was no. But I ask the child, is it a want or a need? 5-year-old in method. Why? Because the way on my shop is to attract you to buy.
Yeah.
You have to psychic your mind to say, I can go to the shop, but I will not be forced to buy something I don't need. Abroche for ma bebre wo kwa mo dem wa yokusu mo patade pia mo abra mo bre no obi wo hwa akọ ni fia na oyi ade so de no ho twere. Some of you bebre oni no kwa adwuma a be free adwuma ba na otogu ni na so eye niam na agu abo no hwe nya no enye so no akote afi.
Oh my God.
Pacho mebo.
Niam na toso ya ye hodes
Hoarding, yeah.
Enye kwa Ghana na hye also Ghana ewu nyanko. Some of you kura mo passport ewu o senso aye de you visa no kura nyama no akọ Ghana.
Our patriotic break, Kakra. Mamle say, but some of those lifestyle also comes with associations and kuono and friends. When they're going, you want to match up. Me, I don't even like friends who go shopping together. I hate being influenced to buy things. Bam.
That's right.
I do also say,
mind.
I do also say there are some foolish behaviors being displayed among some people, which are learned characteristics and have nothing to do with upbringing. We all have a choice with our decision making and the directions we want to go. And you say, "Oh, you follow the no I could do on which."
Sa pepe. Auntie, me wo entire bia me 24 years ago. But because me didn't meet, you know, if you were why we want to cover about who abeka say you brand new. My trick.
Yes.
The only thing I might have done different, say bia, make to me accessories. When you see it, you might think that it's new. Me old. For those of you who have been following me for about 6 years, 5 years. Well, look, some of the dresses I'm wearing now, it's an old one. I've just put on makeup and as my shoes differently. And you might think it's new. For instance, Friday at Arena Michelle, I've had it about 3 years ago. I would prefer say me boa music and not to be a quality baby. Me kofa, me to and my kofa. Rather than say, and maybe Mukra cannot trust you with your bank cards. That is why or Ghana not the bank cards in the Kura. It be foolish by many people. You've had opportunity which you could have make an impact. But what say no? Even though say a lot of things fight against us culturally, economically, blah blah blah. Then maybe Akofano has given you a window of opportunity which you could beef up your game to bring a different standard to prove say you have a mind of your own. A lot of married women have wasted that time. Why? Opportunity now the man and we're misusing them. Typical example are credit cards. Our or baby or who send you crew of 5,000. Well, be ya my bear man at the come and the credit I say. And your bear
me I made the make a why.
What's that is so so different. And you have information. Nanka ya walk 10 years, 15 years ago. We could have done something better. We could have sometimes it's good that we leave our truth. Leave our truth. Now, we are. Or the four, may catch us any institution now in India. That's a star. Because this one got no bank anymore, no catch a woman, I may catch it out. I'm being real. All those seminars, everybody wants to belong. Or ban or Yenny to me, you so 300 year business.
Yeah, our minka story being show now can be say san near my tutor me back home have first na me betna me cousins be ho. And you know now introduce me chere na na danfo eyere. Any yanso ye ha no big mall in West Edmonton Mall. Me see me pair white pants na me dia so me sweater bi o se bibi so. Afa me hwedi me ne maame me ohoho amaba me ne maame nam din. Stores or they make kono. I said pants, white pants, I cotton 200, 300. I'm gonna miss anyway, any share intermediate say, yeah, and I'm catching say, I just want a store where I can buy a pair of pants for $20, $30. That time, Nimuno. Nti ohwe me din na fe ode me konam se na me bedi wachi na me ho aba ba kire me nti dia ho apo na kan se mamle shopping together me sa ne ma no se me come mall I be me ne me mama na na but ye do ho kwa na we fa ne kwa bi akoye na de ewi ane abom aba fie enye enamfo shopping na me ne we kwa shopping na, or like that's none of your business. If I want to spend 500 on something now I can and I think it makes sense, I'll do it. But to me, maybe I say, and I'll say this a lot of times, wakoto atari kokoti $300. Sebi obeko party atari no shenokwana and fatano. Onim how to even do what to do with it. And so me say 300 no. Ebi amakope 4 skirts and a map 5 tops be into me crisscrossing who they are mayo. And also so mommy was yes and who come on so you don't know the half of it. That is my business.
Oh, I remember say me ba I Canada for no.
Mami Araba smiling. Oh, I've not seen a young girl who have a tenacity. You can say he has fought through everything you can name about. I am proud of that girl. Very proud of that girl. Because fashion and kasa, it is not about brand too. Nike why can't you make your own? Maybe met me a £1. Now me the BB my share will be a very nice. It's whom you ever say some posh lady be. No, I've learned how to cut my coat according to my size. Bebrede and now for one I want to belong. Me person me what society we me person me what group we. That is why I started say every woman have a mind of his own. If you have a mind of your own, the way you live your life, you won't compromise for somebody. A lot of people are living life which is a lie. Outside gentility, home cry. Me, baby, I medri, me se me ni mami if you in Shy FM, and the so. No cry, me se will say. No cry, because me, first half of my life is gone. I don't have time to waste trying to impress anybody. Even my husband knows that. I will impress you because sometimes I have to make impression in the bedroom. I have to make sure say I'm still but apart from that, any other thing concern me, my destiny, anything that concerns how I will just say a family my brabo. I must and yes selfishness. And yes say I don't consider her feelings. No, me wa baby near my feelings because we are in a union. But there are other things that matters to me alone and before God. That one and no men compromise it. Men compromise it. But a lot of us have compromised in the name of marriage, in the name of boyfriend, in the name of people hokrani and one in the pan. I brought it for one in a friend cohabitation on one end. Said we all assume baby I thought on Kawana Shedfo say a cohabitation. And so you're able to sister. Bray it me the name of Guabontain, no one can no patcho, not to talk on a course, not talk Versace, my brain. I home one will say only identity. One casa wouldn't pursue a we who knew who you auntie. You assume, say, who play role beer, who for character between Hoswa, and you ever who say you're correct. And looking now, and ati at the same Wagana Bontenso. Bebre elibusa life now. Who beside who said, where is your mind? Why where did we came to that? How did somebody was able to program us to stand on that place?
Awo Pachomibo. Sheila, I've sent you the link, okay?
How did somebody program you to actually be in that position that you compromise so much, say you find yourself, say you are in a hole and kasa, be mental. I'm not saying say, oh, you're worried for maybe as married couple, Marco venture bimu, Marco business a bimu na ebi at the and we a different story. And we but who or why a yam trache and now what the empo. Even your becca I do no near the cat. Before I do no, not almost the cat down. If you walk I do no amaso. Now no make say. If you walk around no what was the moment and then more a year babedano, I transactional a relationship no. That is when some relationship no. But a typical example. The said is blessing in Kunuyawadi. Or bass or pell ne that saying was one problem bra. Because it's the hen who brings the money in. That man cannot let go. Hello.
Hello. Sheila. Welcome.
Thank you.
That man cannot let go.
Me says me pacha me interrupt kakra. Me says oh yeah. What can say be or how me person me attack with the name.
Me pacha.
What can be the person me attack you pa?
Me pacha.
First of all, maybe say a question, sir. Yes, say oh your bad to me spend $1,000 on your hair. Let's just say when your marriage material. Me ankasa mato me fee na me team wo Canada. Me ana me tia me kaka. Does that make me on marriage material?
Oh, yes, I don't agree with her. Now, no, my understand the opinion or the cancer and knowledge or what typical Ghanaian women. Typical Ghanaian woman.
Okay, that aside, we get married to stupid people. We don't know who we are getting married to until we get there. What will say? We see signs and we ignore. Accepted. When you are in love, certain things you ignore, you throw away out of the window. But
Sister,
we all know,
close one eye, open one eye. Don't close your eye. Love is not blind like you people want us to
be. But I will share Pacho. You miss Sage say people do not always show their true character at the beginning of a relationship. And you know that may account for some of those like some people are alert and they watch.
In my own point of view, especially when it comes to marriage, they be a mechanic say if you are lucky to get an outstanding husband, thumbs up. My opinion on where I stand on when it comes to marriage is it's a choice, and at the same time, if you are lucky to get a good partner, intermediate media lucky category. So nyame ye wadom na wo your bema or to wasamase. Now so to nasa fine. Obi o ha hwi ni ho a wo beye a beye okay. And no interest sad wa kofa kwase because ma beye 100 the go hosisi ya obi a okowari ye bia was so happy thinking say I've married to my dream man. Now so along the line things happen and it doesn't work. Inti and yes I call kowari nkwasi for or we chose I mean chose and I minya sure so say obia nimsa kawe or your kwasi amawari no. And when we see things we ignore, but at the same time, we don't just know very well. This is a stupid man, but I will still marry. Me sure so baby, a baby maybe 10 out of 20, and that's a 2 out of 10. In the times when it comes to marriage, our choices of having said your tear. And that point, I'm still standing set. Shut down.
Amajo.
Shut down. You get there and then you know, say, what
this portion. Mommy addresses our portion, Kakrama. Can't about say, or bankasa airwo identity. I'm not saying, say, one we are going no. Ebia. Washada fa kwasi ebi na ebi aware na guda ebi enye sa na meka the American says ye bedi yen ho nokore a si ye beka nokore pa awade bi wo a agu oba no after separation e ba ye no wa wotena se na beka nokore anka hu sa de bi wo kora anka ebi ya meto me bo ase kakra po a ana me ye bi differently ya anka ebia aware na ngu ebi wo also a be ma no so be gi atomo so se ebia anka me treat me yiri yie kakra anka me ye bi differently a so yehunu a me gya awade mehunu no sa anka ne akwanya bi ba ama ma assess my life me di no kra anka mehu se ebia me sua no me ye nkwala ne ma enti no sa yesi obi ye lucky no me use me ho any adwa odo because it's mature yanya ebi
Sa wo pacho me bo Pastor P ma send o link no why pacho to aso
yanya yeni a mema atna 10 years 20 years and yet the fact that the two bodies decided said we've worked at it. There's nothing like lucky, my sister. But it is the fact that two people decide that gonna say we are making a home. Now the saying, maybe what was say may come into an alignment so that the other person will shine. I'm a relationship now another step further. Me ankasa me be ye nyema differently. Na mama to me keep me home and ama ye bribia. That is where that makes the difference. Na say ye na ye na ye lucky. Na ye selective. Na ye ni. Yes, ebi wo ho a wo kono ni nipa na okoware no. Onim enyema bi wo bribi wo nsa no a wo susu dua a wo de kwa kope be ma. Ye bu bi wo so a ye expectation a ye de kwa awade no wo soro. Forgetting say nipa na mekwa ware no empenatwe ye different ene ye mienu be hye dem ni abobra no afa na mehu ni sune ne ban afa obehu ni sune ne ban no hu se no makati wrong meat ebi akati wrong meat there but they've been able to work throughout. Why? Because the two of them have decided consciously that we want to make a life. And also let's say at the end it was so but the American say obia what bro 10 years 20 years 30 years that can't say first 10 years or when they make and break 10 years first 10 years and yet easy
na say I do okay my worry 10 years jai na say do me who say be so worry 20 years jai it no to
I 20 years it do 10 years
25 years yeah go so jai maybe before I'm worry no before I'm worry no
30 years why because if you compromise and I be man compromise so much say after any beba na ho so no na we who say what am I doing and if you was 20 years 30 years no nipa no the tears ya adwem the thing was not working but we obetimi aka say nkwala nti as time goes on no say a contractual kind of relationship because of the binting and over if that fulfillment is being achieved I don't have anything to hold on to it anymore.
Sister, what you
at 30 years because 30 years ne ma papa na timi ahwe ne ma
na sister what
me pa mutro me bo me pa mutro mo ma me 2 minutes sister wo mo ma me 2 minutes Pastor P welcome.
Thank you auntie
but pacho mo to aswe
sister what you
sister what 30 years now we giant
sister wo ma me interrupt kakra before I worry no. Now, me kaisa many madam forbidden come and what I was saying, sir, couples are on my man every 5 years, no more giant menti on myself because me feel that 3 years to 5 years is good enough for you to know that person, the flows and flaws and all that. Not me come with the Inti me makwa 10 years me die. Inti na me go so kasa so nyame ya wadom na ohie obi a wote na asemase ya fine na obi an sorry nkowari what do you obi who stupid no kasa this is really stupid but I'm getting involved. Me so baby I'm ejina no I pray so better myself.
My choice.
Mama Pastor P mrem kakra.
Yes. The awon kan ene the sister Chila coming in no correct. Yes. Because most will share our reality the awon kan no ye bepa ne say no ye 90% of any nipa bebre who read science ni nyina na so ye de tie then ekoko rem. Ebi no ma wo so ura wade ni mu ye be ma no ni mi ni nkomo. But ebra na oni ni date no hu se wo no hwe da ni uni nkomo na so oh ye ware obesesa. That mentality no about 90% of people ye ware ye. Most of the people like wa ha ye nyina ya ware. Ni na ware
Pastor
mi
P
no.
patro me bo. Patro am said dede bi wo background ho.
Oh, sorry. Let me go somewhere. Sorry. Yeah. And me mawari me no egui na ba ko san ye nti no sometimes little things bi wo ho no ma ye dwen say enha adwen me worry me kru first one o ka share me say ono de first time we share ye dating time tetetete no o ka share me say ono de na busua first kitru ne mame first True, no, so Busiana na ye then ebegu aware no because they are first into no there be obe defend one more there be better or much. The omo be bia right. Even say wa anya me ono ankasa na anya me boni bia. But the only thing is say he didn't know where to stand. Odonere abusua nso say enti na afa wo hu nia won kan ti then obey quiet okwa ha we say enti no that is what happened but that little tell me ni mistake bia wo ne ho ameka just saa de no nko a saa de no nko a so saa de no oka ni the beginning no enso me bu imagine go so say oh say ne me ni me kunu te na odomi a no so odomi enti na odomi a I have no problem busuafo so be at ne baby but a time will come where e bia na busuafo no omo abeye me die na omo beye ye ni bi most of you know my story it's out there so you know it and that sometimes so there are some awadian so beginning who she my second husband very nice everything me na me pe shopping pa na me said ya wo kan ti am kakra because I will go to the big stores. Hence, what the
I'm a shopper, but I work so hard for my money.
Me, I make some natural no if me because my editor.
Oh, yeah. And me kwa obeto amount. But he was that quiet, don't kasa the obekasa obey ama kasa just say he was everything obey bibi ama the ope bi obey ama kasa onjaro kro be jaro. But there was one thing one who ana me de mempe and so me ye dene so nice on kasa but kasa no mpe na fe de na just say just o ware no kra ne so hu so mpe kasa no so no o si enye hwe ha enti kasa na fe de for how many years e ware I think 12 or 13 years no kasa na ama kasa no was not there onu ni nkomo onu nya hwe hu ade no me hu me di me kasa nya hwe ba fe de na be problem ama me but everybody I may say everybody will see a little thing also masemi American is not a big issue our de mo betime gu no but yen de no me ni mienu nyina saa de nketo we mienu na gu awade no can imagine say when a bear have a communication, have a plan about family, you have a business, you can't talk about the business on your be or say sika on your be our pema no those are no crown man no crown I think first and sanya many no on spend basa on your be hard working very focused person but and common was not there you are lonely all the time it kills loneliness kills. And those are the obi beka say be a metinem obi betima atena saa e bia no so ye ni bibi won chen but me I'm a kind of person I want to have a family ye beka saa ye be bon komo ye be to kwan ye be say together so that thing was not fulfilling for me was not fulfilling for me but those little things ne ye yes me me send me be at 20 whatever 22 na me worry be me mu mani hu sa na me tia nya hwe ne so yes on man in set yedding, baby, I call well who said boy on Toshi mammy that were background. Ajua, you can send a Sunday, then I know oh my fried rice and it tilapia and banco, oh, any maybe or ban sapine or ban no fan wines. Oh, now when you wine be as a fridge was I bet no wine.
Oh, Pastor P, be and the horse.
Opa, we know who be. Yeah, marriage counselor, so we hear things. Obano abedi eno de mema no in fact Ghana for mema no e common sister Sheila bia wunya share bi mema no yeah marriage counselors that is one thing that comes out a lot share one touch you
Na
Obedi
ni no akọ we so wa say di eguso so ti ase o di ase di e say nene say
na Pastor P say man no omo ama ho kwan sa o.
Say ni
Now
na
you're going to just stop like that.
Thank you, Auntie. Oh, yeah, sure. So, baby, and they will be a baby for free. Maybe, yes, maybe anything I mean will be here.
What I want, but and again, I will probably a dance. I will me boa. And some about when you mean self sanity. I wear freezy Anna.
We're freezing.
Oh,
I will just okobo.
I think so. Auntie and Kakra.
Yeah, freezy crap.
Yeah. And you know, that is how it is. But everything was beautiful, nice, no question mark. Be idea open a winyaye. But ukora wadi anymore as time goes on. Ube say ni pasasa. Na eniema na sasa. Ebia emabe muno. Iwunya time mano. Enti ube say na asasa. Ebia wajuma asasa. The way now we making money no. Yadie bi aba who make that money ni anymore akọ school wabo PhD the way no we doctor untimi nkoye doctor adwuma ni biem we whatever untimi nkoye biem enti afa de na nyema bi abema no ohun wo ho eye wakono eye na kono no saa de ne ko the shape esesa ubehu na no fu ente se na etie eto eye bibi
Pastor P, I have say make a no kakra wa ha to say they are okay things say change. That's a nipa na sasa. Me nipa na ready enough to be in that situation with you. And Sinyama say, who answer na wa worry and then yes.
That is why I am right now. Me say, makami no into the third one no. Obi a wo worry na bibia ye kama. But after me they support wo de na wo kan ye no. Ti medru wo de ne so. Enti after wa worry na wie bibia ye kama na niema sesa wo ho no. Obesesa. Sa emema ni bi. Edu wo ho so a bibia sesa wo ho bibia ye kama. Okra no afa na wa ho ofe na ye mo. Afa na shape na ye fe mo. Afa na adwuma no wako school kra nya gisika papa bi. Nanso enipa esesa enipa sunt na hoda. Nipa sesa. Ne niema bi a wo pa sesa. Ne niema bi a ompe asesa. Enti no be hu se niji ekro wo ho no na niji wo ho biem. Afa de edo a wo no na so ate. We don't know why it happens that way. Jesus said ni pakro na na wo ni ti. Oba bi beye bibia ma be ma na enso be ma no. Obi bebo be ma kro ya wo firi wo nchen ko obi beburo na sum. Enso sa ba no na obedo no. Why is it like that? That is nature. We don't know. And you know, niema me ensa da some one na yehu rare science no, but ebi mu won so yehu hwe, ebi wo hon so so a ye ka ne sene omu show kakra e kire yen. Nanso so no ye de ye ekokodi e kire. Enti awade de say ya bibi program see a uteki ne personal ya na ha adwen because ye general ade aware ye niema bebre ne cause break up ne niema. Enti min ka say ye ade ba ko obi afie ye different. The mammy manage or my wadium no Emma Ebia, sister ya any you one a wadium, Emma, sister Mrs. Russell, an injury. And at the same thing, so Emma, sister Sheila, so the ninja one a wadium. Ebia, I love to travel. Also, so maybe crowd, you don't like to travel. Ebia open so mimi to a Miss Ronsu, and you know, now pet and
Pastor
you
P,
know,
Mamle, welcome. Why? Pastor P,
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
We must so and my sister and penny for. If I'm me, they are broke you, and see, me.
We know it's fine. Yeah, that is how our reality, it hurts and it's very painful when you are so good or being case or BJJ also. Nanso sunubo who say na aware na gu na nipa one chain no can same be oba no kro ni suban omu ade na on say be man so ja oba they say a lot. Yeah, enye no correct.
Yes.
To Emma ono ne de ayede. Enti ya na ye program si ana it hurts. Both say do baby and nyina pem ye kakra ya na nisu atata ye kakra because we deserve better than the treatment omo edema ye no. And this is actually the wo kan no na ye no kre pa the wo kan ye no so ye no kre. There are some people now wo person just say live according to your means. And you say be me call Newman Marcus Sapa mentade. Next also call Walmart here. I can afford Newman Marcus. So when I go there, I have maybe 500,000 in my account. So 500. How you comparing yourself with me? Do you mean shopping? Maybe shopping. It's different. And that doesn't mean so be a koto in hair 5,000. Yeah, that's some hair that's 5,000. If you don't know, there are some that are 5,000. Yeah, nation. Oh yes. And what is anything yankasa? Who's was a shame? And no. Obi kota only pakon 5,000 or no 1 million that account to. Also 10,000. Udo who kota 5,000. If you can say half. And Obi cutting quote according to their size. But I was saying say there are some people on all 5,000, but what could use to 3,000 they are told in and as I had be a honor there's a mistake. Our banner and as our bear man or oba obeti me abwa and as a bear man obeti me abwa ewa brabum. And I always say me, I don't judge anybody. I will never judge anyone in my life, and I have never done that. And I will never do that because I minimum people so minimum be lifestyle, minimum the man and and it will be 500, no best spending 400 and never man. It's up to that person. Or maybe a mistake. And myself. But it's a general advice to say you need 200 idea live according to your means. We are not and that is what I came to contribute. Now,
Pastor P, yes, I'm not running yet. Another question here.
Hey,
imagine the time, kakra.
Today is Sunday.
Pastor P.
Yes, yes.
Another question I know. So they be mukan who said me normally and some of my bass like I said my tea and some be me pese make sure my drink kakra.
Yes.
Na the somebody said nan saying topic ni nane uko the meeting ni na apart from Sister Mandy. And my question here is did that then my Juma?
Yes, a Maya Juma. But one say, yeah, call channel actually and say Bearman is a show bar.
It's true, but that still, Pastor Speed, that still did not prevent our grandmothers and mothers from not working. Because if I could well remember, a woman said, a woman passed, and not your mammy no man, I am an muji de say, memma necessary showman. Not baby, now you hard working women. Baby, none the koja, baby, none the koja, so. Also, still, still, even though they were hard working, yeah.
What is the percentage? I think so. No free baby. No, mommy was working, Papa was working, everybody around your neighborhood was a white colored neighborhood.
A bit of that, but you'll be surprised to say me, mommy. But I'm a for me better one around me, no. Now you hard working women. But they were still, marriage was priority to them. They were not like hiding, say, "Oh, be worry me," because of that.
Now,
Nti
Sister
ama
Sheila, what fancy me, Anna?
Uhwa me yedeni.
Maybe I'm fancy because me try baby Africa corner. Ah, because in
No.
fancy for the man, omo ye adwuma.
Pastor
Omo ye
P.
adwuma from.
Pastor
Yes.
P. May say the message have to be said. Say there. Who we are saying that you're turning around because still I mean we are not giving credit to our great grandmothers and mothers that were hardworking but still valued marriage. It's
Oh,
like
yes, they.
Obia. It's like Obia Sarena mo power juma Obian. I see some women are not working. This year crumple the jama. Oh yes, a statistic now. Money ye juma even more than mema.
Yes, a
See,
man in your adwuma
and we are
pa.
still hitting on that part. Then they say now, like,
I
find your
think
own
so.
career, be your own woman. They were all hardworking women, but
I
they
think
were still
so.
going to all these men. Maybe I want to imagine you. I hope
Yes,
so. Be so to
Sister
the American say.
almost say I
Yeah.
think say almost say a ma bebre say if you are around like yana ye cancel ma bebre no it is the majority and I they can I can say ma bebre ma ba me ho no they will say obema say bema channel it's a man is obligated to say was
Really?
channel.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Yes,
I'm
no.
yet to
Let me
believe that
tell you, me
actually.
na me ba Ghana for me ba America ha 20 something years no na me ntina Ghana for na me ni mo musu bai. Only the last 3 years ya na me hu Ghana for me cancel I've never na me cancel Ghana for enti na bro fusunu e wo me tirim e wo me tirim because obroni no ono ni kunu bibi abo motifie kra obi aye ono so bia oba no kra no ono no ohwe sika no so
Yes.
enti no da ba me ba Ghana fo ni mu no me hu wo mu ma ni tichu su bi se oba ni nya sika ete so ono ode hye ne ho ye ne dia but be ma ene se ono koye adwuma ne ba edi bibia eba and there's other part nso abroche ha no ma ni bi nso eye adwuma mema ni bu omo kwase papa yeah ebi mu die no worse just wotia na akwa wo yes man bi and no be
Too
who
much.
just too much it's about it's at surgery or sankasa where ya obema ne be mad sika aye japade baby no oba no ne na bre no wo sidan na ne din so niam o aye ko akwa dan ya wata oba ne din so no ne be bra the last who was saying John no oba ne de ne nsaguniti in fact this is kind of emotional idea because as I listen to some of the women said they work on they are hard working women.
Can I say something when you are done with Pastor Patient? Dear Pastor Patient Kano, it's very real in the sense that better example, and everybody knows that maybe the story when it comes to abuse, marriage, and all that is an open book. And see, I'm not scared of judgment, so I'm gonna say it. What he's saying is very real in the sense that what I have noticed and what I have experienced, they said, as African and as a Ghanaian, men have this egocentric nature, they say, or band to me more than them. When you work more than them, you make more than them, your rate or your risk of abuse is higher.
Yes.
They can't it's something like I remember very well working as a CNA, then I became an LPN. Me kunu kra on fa won si ni car say bia ukra na uto ye to your down payment was so you have no right to sit in it. But me
lie.
yes. And then even as a signify yesi wo Ghana me discover by na yedi mami o to sa cinema. But ye didn't crack be brain amaya sign document was so no. Me wa me say I
Your
didn't take
name is not there.
paperwork na mana or so the aba mama sign the code dada. Huh? You understand? So I have learned a lot of things. Say, forget about share the echo with a lady, artist, musician. Yeah, what's her name?
Blessing.
Joyce Blessing, that is exactly what happened to me. That is a narcissistic person's abuse.
Yes, yes,
The
yes.
man has lost it. That the games he was basically using the girl. You know, I really wanted to talk about this and educate those women on their vow. I'll do a program soon with them. Listen, that girl is going through a lot. That man is a typical abuser. He is a narcissistic user. He's a narcissistic abuser. And when they lose it like that, no, they lose the power. And you say, like, it's in the brain, they lose it. Narcissistic, no, they they feed off on the gain. So when you take the gain away, no, it's a threat for them.
Yeah.
And look at somebody or no one, and you're no need talent and can all the social media groups or the pages and all that she had that was bringing revenue, no, it wouldn't have been there. All of a sudden, her skill is withdrawn, and see what is going on. And that is the same thing going on in America. And now I don't know about other countries, but a lot of situations going on in America, including myself, no. When you work more, they like you to be hardworking, but that is if they are benefiting.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the minute YYC app, no, then it becomes an issue. And then Pastor Patience, Bibi say she doesn't judge people or blame people. That is me. Who knows? Say Obia or to say me mami ye teaching me. I was raised with all these strong attitudes and strong personality and strong self-esteem. I will lose it to the point me can say, oh, before I will even date somebody, no may vaginal reconstruction, may breast lift, may tummy tuck. Yes. They can damage you. So people not say I will be abused that much to the point where my perception about myself will change. And this is why it's important, say, this kind of education. No? We our age and those people, I feel like people see it as normal, like something like parental alienation. We see it as a normal thing. But here lies the case. No, we need to make sure we are drilling it into the brains of the younger ones. So they are informed. I said my next trip to Ghana, I don't know when, because of this kids, I have to attend to them. But I'm really going to the grassroots, talk to the high school students, go to schools, because that is their mindset. Need to be trained from there. That is where they are dating. That is where Obi Bewari Tio. I think it's an Auntie Awo that is talking about that. It is compatibility. Oh no, that is Sister Pat. I think both of them, Auntie Awo. It is compatibility. Compatibility doesn't come when you are already dating, having sex, and all that. You know has to say no. Minim say bitafache mi toto ne she mi name no is covered on layers, but it's not private to a man. But a man also have a cell phone that is in the public's eye and makes it private. Have a code on this chat, have a code on the first pictures, have a code on even accessing the phone. And things say it's normal, say, I should keep my phone. Or be framing or what he shouldn't answer. Or no, miss me benny phone, no be friend no. Na me or I shouldn't answer. Why should it be like that? So, into this kind of conversation,
marriage.
You see what I'm saying? So these are things that we need to teach these children or these young ones to.
Mame mbre mukitsua bi wa ha makai bibi ade ya wo kan se okọ Ghana wo kochre. When him say I've been watching some platforms and they brought this thing I wo kan about the phone and crofo ni kwan se be ma pache o ne phone we pache ne de girlfriend no mu date no any kwan se o pache o boyfriend na wo ne be ware ne phone e ne private ade Nigerian platform, we are talking about the same thing. Ghana for big platform. Groups, they're talking about it. A majority now women. When I was reading it, I was like crying.
No. They are
How?
misleading the girls. They are misleading the girls.
Ghanaians was said them not before the bra.
Where is
Mm-hmm.
the trust in the marriage? The trust, marriage is built on trust. And so where is the trust?
Exactly.
I know that Dynamic on my platform say if I cannot touch your phone and if somebody calls and I cannot pick it up, and your marriage is free because me phone I'm a man who phone it. Me confirm my phone say me so but I have to totally, if I love you, now me know what marriage, I have to totally trust you. So I don't know that people are not getting it now. And then private. Now me who crowd who na phone on private.
Right. Before you even get into the marriage, now son, now can say, woman, means son can't phone, dear, I cannot be in the marriage. It shouldn't even happen. Like a few days ago, the guy contacted me on Facebook. You have to start those conversations, throw questions out there, and find out how the person responds. And right away, the person was like, "Oh, me dear, I don't think so. It's an ideal thing. Everybody should keep their phone. I won't touch yours." Right away, before I even open up to have a date with you, right away, I know, say, my right to you.
Well, sorry, the trust. If I can't see the phone and that means you are hiding something.
Yes.
Because now you free band son and pastor patent about say and there are a lot of dynamics in marriages. And the reason why Sister Joe what people don't know is American that place, these two places are places that empower women to work and all these things.
Right.
But Scandinavian countries and European countries, English is not their first language. There are barriers to them. And almost the economy, especially one where that no.
What do you want?
Joe,
lemon cookie? By the lemon cookie, your body for you to take to school.
Sheila, Pacho mute why?
Sorry.
Ebi eko no wahu. Ni sense ubo who say but ya na menya problem pa as a counselor one it's France, Belgium, Germany ni one ba UK. Obuba ase no e wo so oba ni ye aduma ono ade ni PIN card ni bank card ye aduma well the free now oba no papa no kwa na ye aduma and na do over it's the man have total control of everything. Because he can't have an account shopping I say I advise while the system favor a man and education say of their man will equal this and why? Because the power, their money power swat.
Taking off, yes.
I think you are not Obanos or Germany, France, Australia, or it is the system is making duress, and yet it's here the but apart from a and you may be all control system not here for some the no one needs to keep it and my because benefits are not control no one
Olibium, yeah.
And Yama bebre wa and men money be wa won ego and makwan and even almost spouse and more and sign it. The sister or baby free. What this covers that's the world family illiterate. I had a couple of minimum beer or free it's yaba. Not all ban, yes, Ghana no now what actually I have a pharmacist. You could now and one the new no ban graduation as a pharmacology today. And no graduation party you free why you buy your papa now because I'm a sister it's not system part-time. Or yeah, it's my part-time, no I classes. Or yeah, it's my any fan who's really girl, graduate. The dynamics of the marriages are different when it comes to a
yeah,
cultural differences. Mama, opinion about them, a papa worry, and with a neighbor. And I will say, I'm for the Romano. And this as some make a children run and tell you worry about 40 years. What can't nobody I mean, near Marina, many throw the out there. As at that time, now instance, it's now, the way when you and I want to say, and yet, we are I have to then. Nasi baba, you could not have on the Mafroe. As soon as I would the we were saying, because if we are doing your person, Kaya appointment, a ben Quayana said, and I sit on a young and you know, the young Mafroe, Mamma, it's quapai. Sad divine, I'm Mamma, I'm penna, because quite a what cheating. All kinds of the Babelman and Master excellent. Yes, I want. Well, it's cultural differences and so it's been my dynamic of the marriage because some different. Now, yeah, who say you bet what so we are santi, we are one when you know that not much. Now, rather than the why you put to and I was before you cannot marry your husband or your wife and leave the family out of it. You cannot do that. But
our true, but it's becoming a problem because extended family, they control too much. Into when is the marriage just the two people? Just until okay, until we don't know how to set boundaries. Ultimately, in a way, say we crapim into say now expect into an also to any share he will ban on a warrior. It is hard
someone making at a point elder who says a man coming from alpha break and to me, my mission with my wife. Now, and run about 40 years, Jenny had with the some of the things he did and said, "Oh, son of mamma is out of control. The dynamite and under control." Yeah, it was a body break episode. We said, "Mr. Some mamma about the sitting if you or the more prefers on back of a sitting mamma." And he said, "You of the lot of any man you will." And I also know you one who says the man might marry my yourself, not taking the home, and a lot is expected of him as a man. Not only yeah. I catch them, man. And was about you. What about say you be teaching men mighty men of Venus? Why would you teach the men?
The men are not protecting their home. They are not protecting. They are not covering their wife.
Men.
That is the problem we have. If you are not covering your family, and you expose them.
Who cover me nakedness? So, oh, family nakedness in carbon thing. We are covering now. Open me home. As a husband who is a covering, we are a many witness, and when we come indoors, we talk about it. But what we see, a member they have not cut the cord from their moms yet. They are boys.
What you are saying is the cord normal cutting. I will call the normal cutting NHS. A man money baby are worried, but they are still single. They are still their moms are still breastfeeding them. While worry in fear be a sending or Tiawadianim, Nanso no, he is still breastfeeding by the mother. Our dear no one tears 30 years in your worry. Nanso one the word our dear no one tears here. And you know the mindset no still is a single man. And you know on Hobana
you sorry. Oba yes thing. But it is the truth. Say a child. Now say master. Many brave women so. The soft mammy say, but what you have for them on the side of a man yati. Deborah
Yeah,
Fornes, I know why I
Me,
teach them how to men. Any
I will
life,
remember
they should be
Mukakro. Me, to be honest with you,
and you
no,
know,
I'm
I saw
tired.
for so every man.
Yeah, your culture, no, it puts too much pressure on women.
Women, yeah.
It puts too much pressure on women. And you know,
The thing is,
it's just
Auntie, Auntie, me say, me koko, me koko. How do they say? Me koya me huade, na ya koya me huade. Is that it? Ya koya me huade no. If it was now, that was directed to me. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm the man. Into me,
no,
me out of nowhere, say, now then I said, when you know, I'm saying now, about, or no, to me, the internet. And most of them
bad.
didn't seem to understand. Me say, people me no na kwa worry. When you know, money go, me say, oh, be sorry, no, cause my direction. And
Mm-hmm.
I got lost. So me sorry, I say, it's like him say, oh, be ya me into some na me. Yeah, me no na ya ba worry. It is say, when you know, with the me, or no, that's an amo catch.
I know
Yes.
that to
I
abuse
think,
you,
I
take you
think
for
then.
granted.
I think then not a beauty on what to say and can be man. But by the end of the day, I get you and I get you and me
Okay,
who
I
say
will
Thank
that
you,
go
Awo.
there. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you,
I
Nyamisha
get
Awo.
I get you and me who said that a reaction towards me no and sister na me sister back up herself just mama some okay jama yan come say no the direction shouldn't be only the woman.
Yes,
And
yes.
so the pressure is too much on us. I I second that motion.
No,
Me,
I understand. And
it's a
that
big
thing
problem.
needs to change. On say, and on that, yeah, person, you educate a man, woman, you can't say no bad. Yes, I saw bro who say, see, I can't home out. And anytime be a bear man, a was saying a woman, and I wouldn't say, I'm wrong. Once say, meanwhile, you are doing everything as I say, will you be out? No, dear, because you are cash and friend. It's your normal mind, you know. Actually, say, or bad, yes, I say, oh, yeah, so you have to be a slave at all times for
Right.
him. As I say, oh, yeah, be a one word, and Munyan, Yakojuma broche, oh, banner, you can also cook. My day off, I need to rest. As I said, me resting. But some marriage, you know, some homes, you know, it's not like that. As I said, oh, no be money the day off or a remote. Now also your better be a Oba has no rest. Anyone say well rest so not there be as I say going. And only idea we need to say their work and authority through a software as I say one chair ma a memo say as I say
But
woman it's me standing up. No more and see a baby. Yes, I will be a way aqua at now. No man is who answer. We need to talk. So what's now why I also can't be done because
yes,
when I was to what
Pastor
the
B.
we
me
need
patch me the comment we Pastor P the our kind of earlier no sage make a comment. We say marriage is a relationship between two adults, and if they are killing each other, society should not pressure them to hang in there until they actually kill themselves, as we hear and see sometimes. Only a small fraction of love is true love. The rest is in between and in betwixt.
Yes.
Into no saa nneɛma no nanka pasapedia na weka na mebɛka sa asɔfoɔ no korapo no they make this mistake of say ɔbaa no something is going on bɛrima no cheat anaasɛ wakɔfa yare abrɛ no kora na ɔmo ka kyerɛ ɔbaa no say go back and submit nso no
no.
nipa no etete nti no we have it all wrong just we are not handling things
Auntie,
the
yeah,
right
another
way.
question. Auntie, yeah, another question. The word submission. Is that word only directed to women or is both men and women?
But oh, they me too, I know my Pastor P.
This
My
I don't know.
Pastor
Pastor
P.
B, and then also.
But to my Pastor P one and they bro me so because me and I'm still struggling. I don't agree with how women feel about bank one. It's very difficult.
Thank you.
Sister Sheila,
Yes,
oh,
ma'am.
sister, idea we know. Yeah, now one more fit say, yeah, captain or bear man no or ban first. And let's say if you love somebody, the first thing is you listening to that person, you submit to the person. And I'm
Yes.
because we submit, because we love the person. They said they would can't question. Can't share almost say love your wife. And so who love your wife for the other, you have to submit first. And then I will follow because maybe I will help. I'm a
Yes.
And I'm instrumental, so I be. So if you give me half cup, I'll also give you half cup. If you give me empty cup, I'm going to give you empty cup because you are the head.
Yeah,
You are the head. And
Thank you.
That is where pastors are not teaching me. Ministry, they made a different. It's different. It's a dynamic one. A different. And because pastors are all star teaching your bad, yes or not. But what about the love? If I love somebody, you can't say me Jimmy Mano and I'm a boy. And you Jimmy say well Jimmy, but Uto Domu a suko. And I don't know man a pass or no can on to Domu suko no serve me. If you serve me, I will also do more. Or bad time, what the idea about command or triple, sevenfold, or the amount. We still love what you about body, we show more love at you. Oh, bro, wants more about, or Baba wants more at the amount. Oh, but that is where we are lost. We are lost. The better way to teach about marriage, we are not doing it. And see, everybody is holding a cross. It's about time. Especially teaching dynamic marriage. Baby culture programs na ye jai say oba said yes sister na kind oba ye adwuma we do a lot. Even when they say me mama wanya adwuma, okay, ye adwuma kakra I don't know. I think say na yo nyanwo me no. But because of me mama me papa tena say me papa won pese obi beba fi abehwe ne ma so I say so kofa maid aba ho ne ade omo hye ase wo omo ware foforo no and omo kan that's ade no omo mpo and the money was there to take care of the family. My mom stayed home and took care of us. I say, and but when the time came I remember, let me start. Yeah, not necessarily mammy call you Juma Kakra. Me mammy ye Juma Kakra, right? Or ye Juma Kakra. Because that time no name papa so there were some things that you could not go out there near the other. Me mammy so ye Juma Kakra. And not me kai but I check. But there are some mema woman yes I want this there's no you rule be I the ashane kon say a bema de wo necessary wo kra bibia me papa ne ma ne se me ka se me papa ne mama awade ba de ne atonse nka me nyakunu because me papa no me mama ye cry yam enkra no ye kra bibia ne sika nyina ye nim bibia ukọ bank wo yi sika no de ahye wo nsem bibia ye nim eyi odi ade na gu ho you can take upebia utima akofa bi nothing was hidden from abusuye nyina not me mama na ye nkora no we know everything. We know the money our papa wo ye nim japadi owo ye nim we ya owo ye nim everything is there. We talk about it every week. Increase business whatever na juma na niam mu we know this is the ekoni e decrease ya ye nim say we na ekoni nothing me mama me papa me hu so omo agiu da me hu so omo konda so omo ware early years pa no omo ware me hu bi da my dad will cover my mom. Hey, tina na efre ya mrofo ma no she me papa be cover uko di boni ko be cover o be fi ya ni aka wani out there do be cover pa that is how marriage is supposed to be.
Yeah.
But entisa amana ye our we say na ye te say abrocha wa de no kwa de time teach you because oba e man ye bread a man be a bread and if you don't speak up oba man be more slave because I have a man stress man wo adwuma a chain and marima say munim say it's a you or America ha nim Canada ne kura ka ba America ha de in ya kan say adwuma mu no oba wo sika say wo gidro Udru says Sikana Untimi Jimbrosu. Say they are fighting to change that thing. He said, yeah, but I see it you can do 100,000 or 500,000 and Untimi Moho or Beman Smith Mabroso. Essa. A Jumakrona, Munina Moye.
Oh, okay.
Yes, a Jumakrona, but or bar or limit a cabby a pay be a intimate. And you know, all these things, no man. Yeah, and we are seeing our crab because we are bar, but who are bar no me boo when means ya. Value yourself, value.
But Jamaica, I draw a comment or say, in my personal opinion, our culture seems to baby men and encourages them to blame their women with their own poor characteristics, then bully women to doing all the hard work plus settling for less. Can you imagine where they twist the facts by saying men are the head of the house with the women actually doing the most work? Shaking my head. Hey, no mum.
That's the fact.
Yes, I am a prayer, Sister Joanne. I am a prayer because
now, me pacho met me abe mukakra.
me patch your brain.
Yeah, only a star wonamu can be, and it has to do with communication within marriages and stuff like that. And considering the fact that we are marriage counselors, no, I just wanted to throw in this concept of this stonewalling. Well, stonewalling is the act somebody in a relationship or in a marriage withdraws from communication. And according to research, 90% of to predict divorce, that is
The cause.
divorce, they have 90% risk. To have that in their marriage.
Yes.
And with the egocentric aspect of our men, they have to be in power, they have to be in authority, and they feel threatened when power is being withdrawn away from them. When the woman is gaining the power from employment, gaining a career, gaining stability, wouldn't be needing them much. Sometimes it affects the relationship and communication. And according to research, like example, personal or realistic example, men sometimes the men they become they blame the woman for their actions. She say obema cheating, obema pon edwuma o mefie ntem, like self you say ayekin. Afe when the man want to have intimacy or something, intimacy to me has the problem need to be resolved. You can't replace a problem with intimacy. So here lies the case. You have a certain woman who want to solve the problem first before getting intimate. I'm not saying say for who come bear manu, but yes. I'm saying say regardless, the problem must be solved.
Yeah.
Let's say you give in first to the intimacy, and then you still want to talk about the issue. Na bema na petwa that were pretending be not to super say to me even this period that was saying piece of enjoy you. They avoid it. So stonewalling is simply avoidance of communication. Withdraw. And that is it's a predictor of divorce in 90% of cases. Well, how do you teach women to ensure that their points of view is being put across without the man hiding, passing the buck and be like, oh, we do coming me. Let's say somebody in the congregation or somebody in the community comes to you with such an issue. Well, my point, because I mean, I will always make sure that is solved and nipped in the bud before we move on forward. But
that is so true, Mamlo. It's so true, partner. One thing one thing I will tell every woman do not sell or give in your self-love, your self-care to any man. Any man, self-love, self-care. It is slavery. It is senia. It's so a penny at the man in your Jacob.
Yes.
Anytime you give in idea or cry me pe no give you in the name of a berry man or whatever and it was self care emotionally no you are hurting. You are not sound. Then my person know that me say me won't cancel no cry me who me. Me who me very sensitive. If there's something is there, we need to solve that case before any communication. It's not going to happen. It's not possible.
Research it is the predictor also of depression, emotional. That will result in
emotional torture. It is a slavery.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a wound that people don't see. Now, who give in we no that a man assembly say no platform be a no yes I then I'm a program also. They were saying say someone say you can't say papa penimu or say you can't say munya problem as a some na no solve problem. That I was very angry. I went up. That is the that is the thing. That is those with low-minded and low self-esteem and stupidity. And they can't say assembly. How? So what problem? No, my bad. No problem. Not solve. No cover so. Say now cover so now cover. I feel better can't solve right now. I could na da wo ho enti wo na na be da ye betwa na ni be che no na maybe bodam no maybe go through depression, anxiety, panic attack, health issues. Majority of health issues is this thing awadie mu you cover niema no solve the issues before anything. It's easier that way. So we can enjoy it together. How can you even enjoy the tenor? I mean, problem do until or no never enjoy. Now the woman now the whole day I will never do your mama. That is madness.
Yes, see, the research it triggers a lot of anxiety and depression, and it can be a huge predictor of depression.
Yes, all your nerves, the nerves are even angry.
Yes.
Your cells are not even working right. Your veins are not working right. They are tight, and you are breaking it. You are bruising it. Okay,
and the
people don't see those psychological near and near where your body moves and the trigger.
The victim is usually projected as the problem. Who person will solve a problem? No, the victim, the perpetrator, making it sound say who pattern you do. You always
then you keep quiet. They try to shut your mouth, shut you down. And then I'm and say if you don't know who you are, you don't have self-love, self-care, then you always give in to those things. If you value yourself, if you are built in that, you are built to also the way we brought people up, people were brought up and so into low self-esteem. But if you were brought up in a home where what's there was so bad, yes, I say,
it doesn't matter though. I just made that point. Said it doesn't matter. The way we are brought up is a big predictor, indicator, but also circumstances that just changes. And I use myself as an example. What I said, I'm raised, and I'm not the person I'm raised. Said, uko warrior. Kohuru wasifo niema Saturday jua kona ko chuchu kukuma womu don't go cook for the in-laws, go do this, go do that. Who visit now it's okay. But to say you are marrying them and stay there, certain things I wasn't raised with. What I said. So I had this confidence of myself, self-esteem, order. Education was number one, like you have to get it. It's a must in my home. But then also with the amount of and the extent of and the longevity of the psychological, verbal, like all the levels of abuse, it goes to
will lose self-esteem because within the marriage and you lost your self-love and you lost your self-care. So though you were brought up that way, but you lost it.
Exactly. So
you don't have it.
Yes, situations can make you lose it. In my case, I gained it back when I decided to empower myself, educate myself, invest into myself. So when I started getting my degree, when I remember having my associate degree, my self-esteem that I lost went from 0 to like 1,000%.
Amen.
All of a sudden, I didn't think it was necessary to have all those things I wanted to do, say do this, surgery that. No, all that went away. Like I look at myself like, what is wrong with me? Nothing is wrong with me. So what is the need for all of that? You understand? So empowering girls and women to understand, say, when certain things like that happen, it's not their fault. They are okay. Nothing is wrong with them. And they should not they are not the reason for their abuse. It's also important because, and they have to understand that, yes, you have been through this, and that could be the contributing factor to how you are feeling about yourself. But these are also some of the strategies you can do to improve on that. Well,
even what you are saying, there are certain women who sadly have gone that way. Said, "Oh, I want you this way." Because they don't love themselves enough or whatever was going on.
right.
At the end of the day, the man ends up leaving them anyway.
Anyway, yes.
Point. What am I saying? If
Yes.
you knew who you were and you were able to stand your ground and
Yes.
matter. Another thing that I want to say your chrome now, the upbringing, say broadly speaking, we are not, there's two things that we lack. We are not taught to have self-confidence. It happens in individual homes, but I'm saying generally speaking, in society, we need confidence in the lacking communication. Make a be me ba pani na na ọka asem o si ukwu adwuma mu a obeti say obi nipa gina ho kasa we say oh do omo kasa with confidence obehwe no e bia oh nipa no kra no oye say what you ase it's who na o ye pani bi wa adwuma mu na me ka kire no ana ye no in their childhood when they are being brought up now they are brought up with confidence obroni to me go be just a fingertip girl the because they have confidence. Oh, the school system, look, watch the young children, see how they talk. It's young penny for ya. Yet, you move rabbit and chrome hakran. Me friends, I can say they can't even say boo to a dog. Who sound his own win and non casa or do be a inferiority complex crap on your boo about football. I said, you also more, but yeah, believe in yourself. Able to verbalize. But we don't have that confidence. If you look at all these culture, you can say men who are taught that they are the end all or be all, and not just say or be looking down on our but you are supposed to honor and respect women. The man will respect them, but you to love the women. What is it in you that is stopping you from doing that? Just
Right.
just say too much. If you look at the news, said you see did a matem crana, you ask yourself, me, it's seriously speaking, me share the cost of Ghana, me see me to Chroma, I will really have a big problem. Because me because
But they will taught you. Ombeka cho said now to find that bay and away who said the reef is that's what
I'm trying to say. No, me can say me free alcohol. Me can say if I was living in that country,
oh, okay,
I would have a problem because yes, I would have a problem because me and I didn't look. It's for me way. It's not anything that my parents ever said. What am I say? But me papa and me mommy, ma 5. And all I know is that we grew up, we saw our father working, we saw our mother working. It's me papa time and the business you call down. No, me mommy was the main you all born a home. That's what we know. Your boy a home. Nobody ever said, "Oh my echo." Me, no, I didn't even think about it. Me papa fee muna me and now you feel obechia and okaso. Papa where the education was very important to him. Just say, and then I make us a mess. Me no or your widow, ni kunu ka baby no. Amanfo no feel so mo ba besisi no. It
Wow.
is a woman to me and that's my mouth cancer call ye way bra oba un person de sisaba. And also your cranny black book or document on the any papa trend say ye share chale water or kobe ye share high or kobe on your push over a man yeah, Bema show they couldn't understand that they just gave her this bad name.
Yes,
Ultimas.
it's
It
fine.
mean I'm taught to believe in myself, not I'm holding myself higher. Now Baby putting me down. Now. Why should I put up with it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Just a the whole let's forget the sexes. Obi a human being.
Right.
Obi a
Yeah.
somebody should come and disrespect you. Oh, you who no be anyhow want to
Yeah.
treat you anyhow you like. If you
You
don't put
know,
up with it,
Sarah, we don't
so
think about our happiness, our own happiness. You know, we want to sacrifice our happiness and joy and peace for Obi.
Pastor
That's
P,
what I say. That is yes,
Peter,
dear.
I know. Oh, yes, I know. When you speak up for yourself, but no, you know what you want. It's
Sister,
in
yeah,
your
it's
number.
you. That is what makes me happy, and I'm fulfilling my joy, my peace. That's why. And so I don't care what you say about me.
I
Right.
don't need to.
Does
Listen,
it matter
I'm
to
going
you?
to make it say first. You know, sister work as an no can who can say in kuo na yanto say me say
Right.
see me say who are my friends are. I don't know because I've stopped that thing.
Yeah.
Long ago.
My family now you call out of town baby ni aba.
Mm-hmm.
Me see and me kasa kwa me ba ha he came to drop off my grandson. That's my life. I don't
Mm-hmm.
need to go because I've passed that stage. You don't have peace of mind. I feel will be back at you what to do and
Mm-hmm.
how to do it. What am I saying now? Some people too, they don't want to go where you are going.
Yes.
Mhm.
They don't
Yes.
want, they
Some
are not
people
interested.
even don't like the fact that
Yeah, they're going to pull you
when
back.
they would do and I say, it doesn't make them comfortable. So what's even the point?
Yeah.
One thing is say, wow, adeɛ baako a enipa suro ɛwɔ obi aho who say wɔ ho ɔpɛ so or limit and say if you are wiser than them, you have the wisdom and knowledge.
Right.
Yeah, not almost no. Pa 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 pa. So they will try to push you down. They will try to push you on the wall. They will try to bury you because who say nyansa bi wɔ ne mu. Abayewa yi sɛ megyaa ne paa. Deɛ obetumi ayɛ. Brother bi waware akora bi a na menim no wɔ Ghana, na me kind of say no sa na me na mehwɛ no ne ade wɔba yɛ fie anyway. Na wɔn fie no mmaa no yɛ adeɛ kyɛn mmarima no lady no ne fie mmaa no yɛ very hard like wɔn ka sɛ wɔn yɛ biribi a wɔn bɛyɛ yeah mmaa no bɛda ne mmarima na mmarima no bɛda ne mmaa nti no brother no anim saa adeɛ no wɔ akora anim ɛni nti na ɔware saa girl no nso ɔbɛka kyerɛ me sɛ na me ne kasa nam sɛ oh ɛyi brother kwabena sɛ wogyae woma oyi yɛsɛ a ɔbɛyɛ yi po wɔsekyɛ sɛ megyae akɔɔsi paa na sɛ mema ne kɔ sukuu na ɔbɛyɛ a mesi agye sɛ ɔbɛtena me hwene so ɛnam sɛ ɔbɛtena wo hwene so sɛ wɔsi don't you see ne maame nam sɛ ne maame yɛ dɛ ne maame was our family friend a ɔne ne kunu ɔmo yɛ kamakama de bɛsi nɛ
Wow.
sɛ ɔmo dɔ wɔ ɔmo ho ɔmo ayɛ baako no ɔnte aseɛ sɛ nti ɔpɛ sɛ wonim sɛ girl ne bɛɛ kurom ɔmo a ne nya adwuma da ɔbaa ha yi abɛmpo I think sɛ 2000 the year 2000
But
girl ne nya
you
adwuma
know,
da
sir, Ma Bebre Nim said that is a form of abuse and control.
yes
After my marriage, I met a man who then I was 31 or 32. Man, of 50 years. Won't call Ghana, da mikra, ma biba I hear him, call Ghana almost every year, twice. Yo. Guy, whom of course, me afraid was say, Saturday money woman. Before me man go to Ghana, and I mean to bet nanny or no, person me mean the housewife, Mr. Share.
oh
Sure.
Am I woman that can be a housewife? Housewife, I can be so friend.
Omo born and so.
I said, yeah, we as women have to grow out of certain mindsets and we have to realize who we are. There is nothing wrong with being a housewife if that's what you prefer doing, but you also have to understand when to, if even as a housewife, when it is an abuse. What I say, you have to realize it is a form of abuse. You can't be a housewife.
Mamle, the Okayo you can't crash and it says our bear man is a very stupid man. Yeah,
Yes.
only young sour not giving myself our
Papa
will go poison animal.
Yes. Fear. Now me housewife edwuma po de meet me. That's them. I will be depressed.
One power man.
Me
Now,
oye 50 years. Oni akata 50%
older than you. 18 years difference. Hey, Adam.
Say me, I can't be anybody's housewife. One. Two, I can't even be with a man that think me man me to a munchni. Now then now for your person me wo. No, me say no me hey. I can never be hey share. They make it clear no. Because so bad be convenient with you no. Like I don't want to
value.
Definitely. But me and now I come worry gan any abai we bia. Woman in krata and now for how many years no? Obani see a jumemuda. And now, when your person says, him send your person unit, send your day, and so no what? Now, me say good for you, not me.
Someone say, Mom lady, okay, my baby, because say, yeah, hey, man, you couldn't papa me close. Yeah,
I want to dress.
Yeah, me housewife go. Me tifie na me kunu na ye.
But now flashes they see the pretty young innocent girls on social media.
Sister ya also. Yente won kan.
It's terrible, right? Sorry, wait, my F man.
No.
In the background.
Oh, no worries. Thank you, Mamle. Thank you. Thank you. Why? I'm sure.
Me for that kakra, but me team kakra samada.
Yo.
Okay, I think
Thanks for letting me do it.
Mo de set time on you had about 10.
Yeah.
You hire 8:15.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We are ahead of you.
Aye.
Okay. Name it
Yo, memory.
Thank you so much. And yeah, thoughts you too catch it.
I don't know. Na me person me kate obi kasa. That's why.
Oh, okay.
You need to come in because it's kind of yes, I'll be sure your own cabin.
Oh, me okay. Afterwards, some added like I'm going to do right now. I was going to say, apart from the empowerment, most of us, you need like priorities. You need a list of what's important to us, and if you don't have that time and all about the spending and all that, if you don't have like your priorities in place, you go about things anyhow, and
That
then
is true.
yeah. And
only one thing, so because we don't set goals,
right.
We don't set goals. I will use myself as an example. Abraham is 16 years, 17. I'm running with hands. And because 17 nowadays, because I'll tell you something. And I'm the aqua baby, this is 22. 17 when I'm 18. The first thing I set is my goals to the man. Say, yeah, me penny, me goals ni, me ma, me pesa me wuni. I'm not going to date you, you know, yeah, but worry. Because you will be an kind Ghana, so me chemano. He said, me who, yeah, what hunting na me, there, me can say yes. And if you are not ready into the relationship, say yes, you are honey, already, then I don't need you. And see, I set my goals, set education level. This is where we want to go. This is where I want to go. We support each other. And I said, I'm here, BMS. I said, me first. We university that I means to me. I think I'm secondary school. You have to go before you. Me and I be drew baby. Or see you penny in so we wrote it down on the paper. Yes, yeah, they are not quite kind any in I sign. My papa is educationist. Everything has to be on paper. And see, I set all the things we want to achieve, and my person, setting baby. And no, a boy, me pa, Emma, me who me goals, me person, me achieve, brabum. When we're in the marriage, marriage, I make sure we made sure we stick to the goals now. Yes, 30 years long ago, no. Now, idea a boy. Yes, we live a life beyond our means. As I say, we cut our coat according to our size. And at the end of it, you can say, as I see what your savings for your education. As I see what you can send your savings for emergency savings and so Saadi ni nyina na memba abrochire nso saadi ni nyina na minim dada. Because it's something I want my family mu. And I mean, na me or my mind and so that about marriage in Bibia. And when we don't have goals, we live a bia. Bible say you can't say one set goals ubo abra boni a bia. And you live the wind will push you. That's what the Bible says. The wind didn't blow baby do bekobia and then the walk. Because Bible talks about goals. And that is why they're being pushed here. They're following friends. They are doing this. They are following culture. They are following because someone in the self-culture. Me, for instance, I have my own culture. Me ankasa me wo me domain, me wo me empire, me wo me culture. And I'm not going to follow say I can't for culture, for culture. I don't go with that. I don't go by church. Say sorry, I may call SDA Methodist Pentecost culture and say me actually no. I have my own culture for my sorry, I may call. I have my own mindset for everything. I have built my own culture. My culture is suiting me, and I'm building because when the time comes up. Me could give my accounts at Yami and Yami will ask me of my culture and I may build it, which is my gifts, my talent, the bass artist me be me ba ebe we see me time one answer me be follow for culture and for adie and I me be follow ye. No, it wasn't like that. Me, you created me in a unique way, in a very special way. And I have to make my life special. Me ho nye fe me nye hwe nanso so no me special in my own eyes. In my own eyes and I'm bigger than obia. Sa na so obia hu ni ho. In your own eyes you are bigger than obia. We are special. So who sa na bibia ntumi mre wase. Bibia ni ho. En fa ho se wo she value ho kra be di hene. Joseph, or that prison, no, he was a leader. So for me, everywhere I go, I'm a leader over there. I will be a leader because I know myself. You don't put yourself down. I have my goals. And so I don't have that limiting belief. So many people have limiting beliefs. And those limiting beliefs, and I can't do this, I can't do that. I don't have this education. I don't have this. I can't say this. My girlfriend yet, me that day yet. You are better in your own eyes than anybody. Obiabo PhD, you are far better than who are associate degree. Ni PhD no kwa na bi ono kwa no just woni peace won abrabom na abrabom no na ni BBI is not in alignment. So why are you not, comparing yourself with those people? Live yourself, have your own empire. Live yourself well. Have your own empire. Enjoy your life. Live in peace. Satisfy yourself. Do it. Make yourself happy. Hey, you love to travel. Sister, yeah, or person according them show according them so nature. Me pe kromu tina me pe baby a nature won nua ne bi sa na me pe na me hu dia na oba na ha sa na me pe sa country pe ngure but ebe kromu kakra ho no ye country kromu kakra infin that's my lifestyle. I want to go, I want to have fun. That is my lifestyle. But there are some people because they say live for somebody, they don't set goals for themselves. Onim di ono ankasa wo pe. Onim di o person do 50 years or achieve, odi 40 or achieve, odi 60 years, you will still be working 60 years, 70, now we are 65. And then how? We need goals. Or setting goals are when him says I bring me 100 Bible say bra 100 in a year juma. And si medi 30, 20 one as a to me year juma. Who goes in saying, Ebi I mean as I say your own company, who set up your own business. There's so much in us, we are misusing it. In vain, we are wasting away. So many people don't know the goals, so many value, self-value, so many self-life, so many anything. They don't have priority. They don't have the needs and the want. Everything to up and some. And you know that is the thing henny papa ewo abrabom ema yentumi enkoso ewo abrabom esa na self limitation into baby abekobia na ebu anim tia wan kasa no kra upie ni pem atitiri ubehu ade ye mahini be ma odu ni pem no asi ni trase na nante nyina ye jimijimi Miss Abema mi kunu ni wa meka se minimu share ye ka se okunu ni da bi minim no Peter
It's all money to not talking or working with confidence.
Majestically, work is a bear man, auntie. I feel no, dinner chicken out when you go. I feel no, see me trusting or mom one. Or Tia will be grown to me, and I watch any person or no one's bodily to say the president, Chiano. And no crown many people bow to you. Would you enough or auntie trusting nothing, and no one I near mine, papa. Sunday, many I set goals. Set goals. Who set goals? A bear man, me penny ni. Uko ware nebi on this about train. Bear man, the man yes or bumper train. Or bet to me as a son. Who goes to know anything? What the 40? Well, I feel na education. You can't say has no end. Education is a means to an end, but not an end itself. We learn every day. You can be 70 years, Mrs. Style lecturer. You might be on a class with this 70. With this 70. On a class of honum. And you know, education has no end. You can learn every day. We have formal education, informal education, set goals. And your education go have education, I didn't know Yamia, no the man or but there's something in you. Yeah, ubet my bread but one breast I do brow bear enjoy no what be go or na BBI or now yare. And you know, let us set goals. Brabum. Now, goals no so set, as I say, measurable. Yet me measure say, go. I want to achieve this within 3 months, within 6 years, within 5 months, within whatever. But sometimes people set goals it's unmeasurable goals, unattainable. Where we need say, idea will set it. There's no way you can achieve it. Don't say goals. See, I started the bro. You're so cry. But why is it too above and beyond? Where would you say?
Peace. Break it up.
Where would you say, sister? Yeah, dear, yeah, where would you say, say that he also say, say, it's not possible. It can never be for you. And you know, you cut your coat according to your material. That there's some material, also, you know, we're cutting about our saying. And let's all set goals. Now, any achievable goals and then measurable goals are able to me achieve wabrabom. It's not too late. One thing I learned here when I came to Abrochi, Mrs. Tapeni, Okasha, Mr. was a wabe, Shasia, was a Sadia when Kobi chairman Belkromanka thinks me millionaire. Was a Shasia, the 3 hour car, be a 2 accounts, but Konuskana, ye betino, be a $100. Every month be near the atom says cannot go home for yes unko honda because you say be our baby college and I said emergency then na say be a business be company be something obekwa kwahwe no na sika na yield imagine say ye nyina ebe krom ha che and you save $100 a month and you say nka obi anka creating it die mu wi am family no na mi fanko be me company enti no Hemo family will be a funny diembra. Yes. And you know, I think you're quite him. Yeah, invest a woman on financial goals. We don't set those goals. No, to see a drop abomos assembly, but it's a corona. Iba at you then cham some ya dear any baby free by now for the wakosha corner be now on show. And you know, let's set financial goals so that mama ye peace. And yes, the Ebenya Biana, ye did the Ebenya Biana, ye did. There are so many people that are suffering. Sister Yasa, I feel 25. To me or 13. Thank you.
No, any young 10.
Yeah, set your goals Yeah, set it and unti ne yes ade na ebe ma ye peace and ma wonya self confidence nso unko rely will be koye yi utimi ye ne abeye bia me se sa ade we ya makan wo de try won sha ase wo de even $50 in per month afato ho ending the next 10 years no sika say na obenya calculate mass for no calculate man the next 10 years unti no say na obenya nti no there are little things you see a koko na man kra ne yema set that goals in kete no ebedu baby no na ye kakraka me papa say a bro na nkuko ebedi enye den enye na nti a bro no kakra wo pe na ebedu baby na afi aye bebrebe no nyankoko nso bebrebe nti no me de ma no besi hanom sister YAA'S mienu
Thank you for
Yes.
your wisdom and insight.
Wow.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
since nyame shram so
Oh, thank you.
for your time.
Okay.
Nti I think that major amo na
Oh, you're best summarizing.
obi echi ama no.
You're best summarizing.
Come
Yeah.
aside, you be
Yo, any drink yeah, chiano.
Yeah, so
Yes, and we've said a lot tonight. We came to discuss a woman of godly wisdom, and we talked about Zeresh. We didn't get into Abigail, but Abigail was the wise woman. So I'll just read the conclusion. Dear woman, seek wisdom from God. If we lack it, we need to ask Him and trust His leading. Be a helper to your mate. Men can be stubborn and set in their ways, but keep talking, prodding in a gentle manner. They do listen in the end. Be an Abigail and not a Zeresh for the times we're in. God bless you. So basically, as a woman, what you bring to your relationship is a healthy self. We've talked a lot. It's self-care. Have goals for yourself. Be confident. Don't settle for less. Don't let anybody come and make you feel less than. Take control of your life. Have a healthy mind. Have a healthy heart. Do what works for you, for your peace of mind in your relationships. Yes, we are nurturers. In the nurturing, don't forget yourself, because sometimes you burn out. You can give, and if you are not getting back, it is it can destroy you. So learn to find a balance in the healthy, seek healthy relationships, and learn to find a balance. Yeah, any comments before I do the last ad on the book?
Oh, no. And after you do your self love, yeah, as Pastor P said, you set goals, and then it will translate into what you prioritize in life. Because
Yes.
if you have goals, then you know what to spend time and money on in order to achieve those goals. So that's all I want to add.
Okay. So before we go again, the book is Reflections for a Thirsty Soul, and it can be found, you can find it on Amazon, Friesen Press, Barnes and Nobles, Google Books, and iTunes. And also you can go to www.mamitalks.com, which is my website, and read the book reviews. This is an inspirational book. It will inspire you to move to the next level. Get your copy and be blessed. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.
And we forget that it's also for educating our children, as Amma pointed out the other
Yes,
time. So
yes.
yeah.
A lot of times we take our children to church. They come with us because parents are going to church. But this is a good book to help them to make that decision for themselves, especially the young adults too who are going to college. The statistics say that young people who are believers, after they have 3 or 4 years of education, most tend to walk away from their faith. So this is something that can help, a book that can help them, think about their own journey, their own faith journey, not their parents, but to take that walk or make that decision for themselves. And also, let me let you know that on Saturday we have a book readers live, and it will be at 9 a.m. in the morning. So it's Saturday, September the 12th. Amma Manson, myself, and and any of the ladies who've read the books who would care to join us are more than welcome to join us. So it's been a great discussion. We thank everybody for coming on. Mamle, thank you so much. Sheila, Auntie Awo, kudos to you. Pastor Patience, Nyami Enshra Moyedamasi P, and Sage, and anybody else that I missed. So Sage says, read it and you will love it. So thank you so much. We'll see you on Saturday.
See you
Take care.
Saturday morning.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.